Hi, I'm going to give you some tips for college students that have to travel long distance to get to school. And this is for the students and really for their moms and dads too, because we know you pay a lot of the bills. And I am a parent of a long distance student. My son is 2,000 miles away from home at school at BYU. So if you're planning to travel by airplane to your new school, definitely join the frequent flyer plan for every airlines that you fly on. So just add it on. If you get a new airline, add that frequent flyer plan. So save those miles. And I will recommend that you check all of the Priceline and all those things. We found a great rate on STA Travel, which is this website. And if you're under 26, you can just use your student ID. Actually, when we used it for my son, they didn't even ask for a student ID, but we booked it online. And he had a student ID. And it does say something about they sell some kind of ID on this website, but you don't need it. I emailed them, I called them. Nope, if you're under 26, your student ID is good enough. Now, a couple of weeks before going off to school, you're going to want to order sheets and towels, comforters, pillows, all those type of things, someplace where you can pick them up in your university, town, city. For instance, Walmart and BedBathBeyond.com both have websites where you can order these things and then say what store you want it. So we picked these up at the store in Salt Lake. We went online. Keep in mind that with these twin sheets that a lot of times you're going to need the twin extra long. Some dorm rooms just have regular twin. But you're able to put all of these things in your cart, go through, pay, and then what happens is they collect them for you and they have them in the back, and they just box them up for you, and you look at all of them, you can see them all, and then you show them your receipt and off you go. It doesn't take long at all. So pick a location near the airport or near the school to have your sheets and towels delivered. Someplace like Walmart, someplace like BedBathBeyond.com. Another thing that can cost you a lot of money is books. Books are so expensive. So save money by buying used books from friends online, places like half.com, and sell your books back. Really, you're not going to reread your textbooks. And there is a bookstore in Provo called Boomerang Books, and this is their website. And I really recommend this because they have good prices. Obviously, that's what you're looking for. And we were able to get books a lot cheaper. You can just order them from home. You can call them up, tell them what books you want. They tell you the price, and then you give them the credit card, and then they'll have them all ready for you to pick them up. Something interesting happened here. My son ordered his American Heritage book from Boomerang Books. Paid $20 for it. It was in pretty good shape. And then at the end of the semester, when he was almost done with American Heritage, he got an email saying, hey, we love to buy back certain books, especially American Heritage, and we'll pay $25. Well, I thought, well, will they really do that? Yes, they did. They bought his book that he got from Boomerang Books used for $20, and they paid $25 for it. He made $5 on the deal. So that's really worthwhile. Sometimes you are going to have to buy your books from the campus bookstore. At BYU, if you know you have to have those certain books, then go ahead and order them, and they'll box them all up. And then when you get there, you just go in there and pick them up. They're all boxed up with your name on it. It's a good way to do it. So now, where should you live on campus? Or where should you live? As a freshman, I really recommend that you live on campus for your first year or as long as you can, because it's just much more convenient. If you have a couple of hours downtime and you want to go to sleep, maybe you can go back to your dorm room, crash. You won't have to worry about a car, repair, gas prices, where to park. You won't have to worry about bus schedules or riding a bike in the snow, in the rain, walking in the rain as much. Much easier. Live on campus. Now, this is a map. You can find this on BYU.edu. And this particular map has pull down where you can check out particular buildings, which I highly recommend taking a look at that, and then of course dining, because you have all of these places that have prepared foods for you, or also sell foods for you to prepare. But first of all, when you talk about the general buildings, where are you going to live? Well, ask yourself, do you mind cleaning the bathroom? And if your answer, like many guys, is yes, I do mind cleaning the bathroom, I don't want to do it, think about living in the northwestern part of campus. And see, it's all connected. The buildings are down in here, the academic buildings, but this complex, here's the Cannon Center. This whole complex is called Helaman Halls, and the dorms seem pretty nice to me. You have 2 students in a room, and Helaman Halls, and each hall has a bathroom. You don't have to clean the hall bathroom. Somebody else does it, and they hopefully do a good job. So if that's you, live here. Now the one downside, as far as the one that pays the bills has to say, is you have to have the really ultimate dining plan. It costs $3,800 a year. You eat like a king. All the food, I don't know anybody, my son didn't know anybody that ate all of their $3,800 worth of food. But you can eat at Subway, Taco Bell. The food is so much better than when I was in college. But at any rate, so live here. The dorm is cheaper, but the food plan is definitely more expensive. But you'll love it. It's very good. And look how close it is. Here's the Marriott Center where they play basketball. And so you're so close. They also hold other types of, I don't know, talks. I forgot what you call those things. Anyway, so that's there. And football, we all know sports are so much fun. Here's the stadium for football right up here. So you're pretty close to all the sports. And in Helaman, you're really not all that far away from everything else too, because down here you start to have more of your academic buildings. Now say you like apartment style living. That's Heritage. Right here is 42. All of these are Heritage in apartment. Yes, you will have to clean the bathroom, you will have to clean the kitchen, and they do inspections, so that's the downside. But then again, then you have a little more privacy as far as the bathroom goes, but you have to share it with people, and you have to clean it. And I will mention right here, they have, here's Heritage, the 42, and right here they have, it's like a mini mart. They call it the Creamery. It's kind of a, this is the nicer mini mart with more stuff in it for your cooking and also prepared foods. And they do sell ice cream and other foods that are cooked. And then a lot of the food, let's see, is in the Wilkinson. And the Wilk, that's where the Cougar Eat is. The Wilkinson is, went too far, 88. So as you look at the map, well, 88 is right here. So in there, that's where you have the Subway and everything else. It's, as you can see, it's not that far away from the Heritage. So that's good. And then it's really not all that far away from the Cannon Center and the Helaman Halls. And you have a lot of academic buildings in here, various administrative buildings. A lot of administrative seems to be in the Wilkinson Center too. And I forgot to mention, Boomerang Books is really actually pretty close to campus. Okay, so we see that all of these numbered buildings actually are on campus. But if you just come down here, Boomerang Books is somewhere around here. You can easily get the address off the internet, but it's close enough that you can walk. Yes, my son did it when he rented books there and he had to take some back and pick some up. So worthwhile, definitely, to check that out to get your better deal. So, and then with the dining, it's a good thing to look at that. All the various places you'll be able to eat. You can plan that out. Jamba Juice, something healthy, and plenty of good food with these food plans. It comes time for registering for your classes. You need to have a plan. And I'm just going to get you go to the BYU. Do this before it's time. Okay, so you go onto the BYU website and you go into students and the pull down menu and you look at registration My Map. You should just do this ahead of time to get a feel for what you're going to do. So you go there, and first of all, you're going to want to do some planning. So you can see this tab up here that says Plan. Go to Plan, and you'll see all these options. You'll see all your general requirements that you have to take, and this is not signing you up for a class, but this is planning. So you can see the different classes you're going to have to take, and it tells you to select it, but keep in mind you're not signing up for it, you're just selecting it. You can change later on, and it'll tell you when requirements are complete. You see the green, the red says requirement not complete. My son is just a freshman, so he's got a lot to go, but he's got certain things that are all complete. So as you look at this, and it tells you to complete, for instance, this one says complete 2 requirements. So it helps you to stay on top of things. You can look, you can see all the classes you have to take, and then before it's time to register, go back, click on the Register tab, and okay, let's see. It's also, this is where it lists your classes. For instance, your winter classes, if you just want to see what they were, they're all listed right here. So then, we're not going spring, not going summer. Let's say you're going to be signing up for fall pretty soon. And you want to look. So you can look, they do classes in envelopes sometimes, and sometimes they'll link 2 classes together, say Calc 2 and Chemistry, and you add them in an envelope. But a lot of your classes, you're just going to add them one at a time. And some of your mentored classes are in an envelope. So check into that, read your email, see what to do. But suppose you just want to add a class, or you're not even ready because your date hasn't come up, but you need to plan ahead. So look to see what's available. You've made a list of classes you think you might want to take, and you go to add a class. Okay, and you make sure your date is correct. You select your teaching area, American Heritage. So let's just take a look at that because everybody takes that. So then you go and then select a course. Well, on that there's only American Heritage. And it's going to list all these sections. And some of them will be full. But at this point they're not full because the freshmen haven't signed up. And this is mostly a freshman class, a class that freshmen take. So you look in here, you see the times that they're offered, you see the number of hours you'll spend in class, and then also it's the credit hours that you're earning, the days, the teacher. Okay, and so get a plan about what you're going to do and say, okay, I've decided, I think you know, this is a good time for this class. And then you can actually go back as you think about, well, that's one class I think I might want to add. And then you look, and let's say that you want to add a biology class. A lot of students take biology, and because it's one of the required things. So you go and let's say you take Principles of Biology, Biology 100, and go. And it's going to list again all the classes. So you can sort of begin to build a schedule. Here's a note. Some of the classes are offered in Salt Lake. If you don't have a car, don't take any classes in Salt Lake. But stay with the classes here. Now, something really important to keep in mind is some teachers are going to be better than others. Oh yeah. So definitely this is something that you want to check out. It is Rate My Professor, and you definitely want to look at this every semester before you sign up. And I'm not saying that you should look for the easiest class. If it is a class that if you're majoring in math, you're not necessarily going to want to go with the easiest teacher, but you are going to want to go with a teacher that is able to explain things well. So when you look at this website and you see the teachers' names, some of them have smiley faces and some not so smiley faces. You check on them. Let's just take this person that not so smiley. It's an accounting professor. Accounting is a hard subject, so a lot of times people don't, you know, because they don't do well, they rate the teacher down. But that's not always true. So you can look at the easiness of the teacher, the helpfulness, the clarity, the rate of interest, and then comments. Okay, so some are true and some are not true. So read through however many pages there are This one only has one page. And see what the comments say, and make a decision. Okay. Now, as far as your paying tuition, and whoever it is that's responsible for paying tuition, make sure that you stay on top of that. Let's see. Okay, so I might have to speed. You're going to want to go to my financial center. Yeah, so here's my financial center, and when they tell you the dates that the tuition and your room and board are due, you have to keep track of that yourself. See what's done. You'll have to make a payment. If you do not pay on time, then, and at BYU, the payments are all due at the beginning of the month, so the first of the month. So if you don't pay, a hold is put on your account. Now, this may cause you to miss your opportunity, your best opportunity to sign up for classes. Obviously, you can pay and then you can get in there and sign up, but there is going to be kind of a rush to sign up for classes, and you will see waiting lists do clear out, but it's better the earlier you are in the waiting list, the better off you're going to be. So keep those things in mind as far as paying on time, or talk to your parents about it. If you are looking for an easier class with an extremely popular class, and you see a huge waiting list, you're probably not going to get on that. But for the most part, you will be able to get the classes that you want, and it may be not at the ideal time, especially as a freshman, but if you add and drop in the first week of school, you should get most of the classes that you want. One last word on travel. You're going to have to get to the airport, and Provo is about an hour away from the Salt Lake Airport. So I would suggest the express shuttle. If you have a friend with a car, that's even better. This costs $30 plus tip. So they're working on getting a high-speed rail, which they have part of that through, but it doesn't go all the way to the airport. So you can check into this shuttle service. It's $30 each way. And good luck with your freshman year and all the way through.